Hello everybody, Spooky Sandwoman here. Thank you for checking out episode 14 of Seduce Me the Otome. I am so bad at keeping up with this. I've said this the past 4 episodes. I've done nothing. Anyway, Susan and Amy came over. We told them the incubi are all in their heads. Suzu then poked Matthew in the face and said hello to you too. This game. Anyway, I stared at James wide-eyed. Was he gonna tell them who they were? Oh, everything seems surreal. I need a drink. I have one. Thanks. Before I knew it, I was led to the dining room along with Suzu and Naomi and sat across from their confused gazes. What was that on me? As Naomi and Suzu sat down, Eric and Matthew placed their untouched plates of food in front of them, surprising their guests.
Whoa, this looks amazing! Thank you!
Our pleasure, ladies. We hope you enjoy your meals.
Make sure you dig in!
I looked at Naomi and Suzu as they began to eat, visibly enjoying every bite they placed in their mouth. Hopefully the food would ease their minds for whatever James wanted to reveal. As Naomi and Suzu ate their impromptu meals, James and the other boys stood behind my chair, making me grow more red in the face.
So, Anderson, are you gonna tell us what's going on?
Well, you see, Gently, James placed a hand on my shoulder again, signaling me to just eat my food. As I began to eat, he spoke to Naomi and Suzu.
We are Miss Anderson's house servants. We were hired by her late grandfather to help around the mansion, but since he has passed, we now assist Miss Anderson with living on her own.
I wonder if there would be a different answer he'd give, because last time I chose the same answer when he asked to hear about my story. If I told him no, would he still say this? Because how else would he have known? Questions.
That makes sense. It's such a huge house.
A huge house for a wonderful princess such as Miss Anderson deserves the greatest of servants to care for it.
But why are you all dressed so casually and stuff? Aren't servants supposed to have uniforms or whatever?
Well, Miss Anderson allows us to get comfy while we work, so she lets us wear casual clothes.
Nice save.
Yeah, something like that.
We're sorry if we made this situation awkward earlier.
We're very sure that Miss Anderson is also still getting used to having us as her servants. It would be very hard to explain after just a day.
I guess.
So, if I may ask, what brings you two ladies here?
Well, we wanted to see how our friend was doing. Since it's the weekend and all, usually we hang out and just chill.
Yeah, like going to the arcade and stuff.
Or the Pink Lady Cafe.
There's an arcade?
That makes a lot of sense, ladies. Well, we
If I
don't
was
wish
a
to
boy,
disturb you
I
any
would be
further than we
Matthew.
have, so we'll take our leave and start preparing the house.
Huh? Preparing for what?
We gotta prep the house for some sort of housewarming party thing.
Our princess's parents requested a housewarming party to be held here soon.
And by soon, they mean tonight.
Oh, well, I guess we can help out or something. Right, Naomi?
I thought you wanted to go to the arcade.
This housewarming thing is more important.
Yeah.
No need. We can handle it. If you'd like
Video
to, miss, you
games
can
are
go out with your
important.
friends while we handle things here.
Seriously?
Sam, not now.
Well, I wanted to help out, but at the same time, I wanted to go out with my friends. James gave me a look of understanding, letting me know that if I left, everything would be okay. I had to make a decision. I am going to stay and help around the house.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Besides, it is my housewarming party. I should help too.
Want us to help out as well?
I think we all got it taken care of. Thanks though, girls.
Alright, we'll head on out then so we're not in the way.
Hope you enjoyed my food. Sorry guys, I'll hang out with you guys soon.
It's all good, Anderson. We'll definitely come to the housewarming party tonight.
Thank you. I led them back to the lobby and walked them through to the doors, opening it for them with a thankful smile. They both gave me hugs before walking to Naomi's car, which was parked in the driveway. And with that, they left. I was happy that they wanted to help, but I had to do this on my own. It was not their work, so I didn't want to force it on them just because they were my best friends. We had the entire day to work. The party was tonight, and we had to do all we could to make everything right. We sat down and talked about what needed to happen before the party started that night. Each guy had been assigned a different part of the party to do, and right after lunch, we began to work. Since everything was taken care of by at least one incubus, James told me I could assist one of them. The question was, who? Well, since we are going for Damien, let's go with him to the lobby. I stayed in the lobby with Damien, who nodded to me and passed me a dust cloth.
We have to dust off the railings and other surfaces before we mop the floor. Is that okay?
Sure. I actually don't mind mopping. I nodded and rolled up my sleeves, climbing up the steps of the staircase. If I had sleeves, I'd be rolling them up right now. Easy as cake. Isn't it pie? What? Both Damien and I began to climb to the top of the steps, wiping the dust off the railing as we went. However, a silly idea came to mind. I looked over to Damien, wondering if he could read what I was thinking. As expected, Damien looked over in slight surprise, giving me a slightly concerned look.
What if you get hurt?
Oh, I'm gonna slide down the railing, ain't I? Fun. Oh, come on. It'll be fun. I did it all the time as a kid. I'm gonna fall and break my neck. Damien stared at the rail and thought. My mind began to wander to how much fun my idea was, hoping my thoughts would convince him. Damien sighed softly before smirking slightly and nodding. Woo! Oh my god. I quickened my pace to the rail, dusting as quickly as I could as I got to the top. Damien followed quickly behind on the opposite side until we were both at the top of the stairs. We both then jumped up, sat on the top of the rails, sliding down each like a roller coaster. There was a lot of thought on the execution, but not much to stopping.
Watch out!
Whoa! Whoa! Our brakes had... God damn it. This is literally me. I'd be like, yeah, let's do this! And not think of the outcome. Be like, oh, I'm dead. Oops. Our brakes had become us slamming into each other and landing on the floor, him on top of me. I stared up at him in surprise as he looked down at me in concern. Neither of us know what to say. I'm going to laugh. Oop, I got another heart. I started to laugh. I didn't know why, but I couldn't control myself. I closed my eyes and laughed in pure enjoyment of what just happened. Damien began to laugh as well, smiling widely. Both of us ended up laughing on the floor. Damien rolled off of me and held his stomach as I held mine. We were both completely engulfed in joy.
You were right. That was fun.
See? I told you! Both of us curled into our cells, facing each other in laughter before we looked at each other with smiles. Ooh. However, Damien's face softened as his laughter slowly died. He smiled with happiness in his eyes and a blush across his cheeks. I stared in surprise, my face turning red in return, but my mind going blank. I couldn't stop staring at Damien's smile. Something about him was just completely charming. His eyes had a mixture of happiness and a small bit of yearning. Soon, though, Damien stood up and reached a hand down to me, breaking my silent thoughts.
Come on. We need to keep cleaning.
Oh, but I don't wanna. I slowly nodded before standing and continuing to clean alongside him. The hour of the house party arrived. In my mind, I kept double and triple checking the essentials for the party. Knowing my dad, he invited his business partners and the executive of the Anderson Company to show me off. I stood in front of my mirror in my room, staring at my form as a million thoughts ran through my mind. It was just a housewarming party, but at the same time, it wasn't. It was my chance to show my dad that I was better than his expectations. It was a chance for me to see my parents as a woman. For me to see my parents... Wait. Oh. Sorry, the way I was thinking of, like, her parents together as one woman. I need a nap. It was my test to see if I was really ready to live on my own. Well, not truly alone. I had the incubi to thank, but even so, I didn't have my dad guiding me or my mom helping me through living alone. A knock on my door broke my thoughts, surprising me. Who is it?
Hey, are you okay in there? Your parents should be here soon, so you should hurry getting ready.
Honestly, when I get ready for like work and stuff, I don't take forever. I take like less than 10 minutes to put my clothes on and brush my hair and brush my teeth. You people are wasting time. Sorry, sometimes I just have those days where I'm like, ugh. That was me as a zombie. I'm ready, but...
But what? I'm sure you look fine, Anderson. Just come on out.
Alright, I warned you. I still love that dress. It's super cute. As soon as I opened the door to the hall, I watched as Naomi and Suzu's face turned from smiles to complete awestruck stares. What?
Dude, you look hot.
Thanks.
Yeah, you look amazing. Where did you get that dress?
I've had it for a while. I just never had the chance to wear it. Figured I might as well bring it out now. I stepped out of my room and closed my bedroom door behind me. As I walked down the hall to the grand lobby, the incubi stood waiting for me at the bottom, all dressed to the nines as proper servants.
Whoa, they really know how to dress well, don't they?
Yeah. I was slightly taken aback on how great the boys looked in uniform. Each had the poise of a perfect gentleman. Even Sam. Excuse me. I slowly began to climb down the steps with Suzu and Naomi behind me. The boys watched as I descended the staircase one step at a time, like knights waiting for their prince. I felt my face slightly flush, but I quickly shook my head to try and regain my thoughts. As I reached the last steps, James offered his hand out to me and walked me down that final step, smiling.
As beautiful as a princess, miss.
Thank you.
So, are you prepared for tonight?
Ready as I'll ever be, I suppose. I couldn't deny that I was nervous, but I had to try. This party was more than what it seemed, and I had done all that I could to prepare for it. Now it was all up to fate. The other boys smiled assuringly to me, which made me feel a little bit better about everything. I looked at my phone and marked the time. Almost right on cue, the doorbell rang. I gulped. Gulp. I could practically feel my dad's aura behind the door. Sam and Eric quickly rushed to the door and opened the double doors wide to reveal my parents, both dressed in their best. Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad.
Oh my, I didn't know your bequeathment came with servants.
It was probably overlooked. Besides, who would deny good service?
I was completely shocked. My parents didn't question the boys. They didn't ask for verification or anything. I looked at the boys and noticed Sam and Eric staring intently at my parents. Were they using their powers on them? They had to be. There was no way they'd be okay with this otherwise.
I guess the servants counted as belongings to the house.
My mother quickly rushed up to me and gave me a large hug. I hugged her back, inhaling her perfume. It had only been a couple of days, but living away from the ones who raised me was hard. My mother soon let me go and looked at my outfit.
Gorgeous. You look so lovely. David, look at your daughter and tell her I'm right.
I looked at Dad, who was looking around the lobby like an inspector. I stood my ground, waiting for him to look at me. When he did, I let a small smile. He let a small smile grace his lips.
Your mother's right. You look like you're all grown up.
Thank you, Dad. That's like the nicest thing you've ever said. The world around me stopped as my heart pounded hard in my chest. Did my dad just compliment me? On his own accord? My mother was grinning ear to ear at his words. I was just beyond speechless. Thank you, Daddy. However, his cold face quickly returned as he began to look around once again. Oh dear God, those children are screaming as if they're dying.
I assume that you're ready, then, to impress the rest of the guests, correct?
What do you mean?
The entire board from Anderson Toys is coming tonight. Even the vice chairman's son will be coming.
I don't care about
All of
him.
them will be measuring
I don't.
your potential.
Waluigi. My potential?
To become CEO of the company.
I knew it. Something was off about tonight, and now this party had become much more than I anticipated. I gulped silently, but I nodded in response. I looked to the incubi, but they were continuing to be servants for my father's approval. He looked behind me and saw Naomi and Suzu raise their thumbs at me for encouragement. I let out a small breath before feeling my body accept the situation. I felt a weight in my gut, but I had to hide it. As if time zoomed forward all of a sudden, the main hall of the lobby was full of guests. Men and women in formal or business attire showed up to meet me and see my new home. I didn't expect many to come, but once again, I was surprised that night. I shook hands with many officials and executive members, putting on the professional face my dad trained me to have. I felt overwhelmed, but I hid it well behind a small smile and a handshake. Many even asked me questions. I tried my best to reply as maturely as possible. I had to remember, say what they want to hear, not what you want to say.
So, how do you feel living on your own at such a young age?
I'm so sorry
Oh,
about your
that wasn't the right one, was
passing
it?
away. It really hit all of us hard.
Do you have college plans?
I felt like the questions came up one after another. It was tough to answer some of them because they weren't about me. They were about the company.
What do you think will happen with the company now that your grandfather has passed?
What do you think of the philanthropic policy the company has?
Do you think the company should expand from just toys?
Eventually, the questions stopped and I was back to being by myself. Naomi and Suzu were mingling in the crowds and the incubi were doing their jobs, so I was all alone in a room full of strangers. It was unnerving to think about, but at least I wasn't being questioned left and right anymore. Suddenly, though, my mom pushed her way through the crowd to me, bringing along someone I didn't know. Well, what you didn't know is I'm ending this episode off here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And if you did, maybe go ahead, leave a like, maybe subscribe, maybe share with your friends. Please. Alright. Bye-bye.